DESIG is a cooperation partnership to teach and learn inclusive design and diversity in higher education. DESIG project trains teaching staff to promote inclusion and transformation in European higher education systems.
The project design ness was born a few years ago from the interest that NABA has as an institution, as a school of design, and most importantly, as a community of people and designers towards inclusivity in its different meanings and in its broadest sense. What we have learned so far, and what we are still learning actually, is that inclusivity is not an absolute concept, but it's rather a relative value that depends on the relation between each of us in our individual and unique features and characteristics, between each of us and all the other people around us, the people who belong to our community, the people who belong to our society, and the spaces and the environments where we spend our lives.
We work on what we call environmental well-being, trespassing the concept of accessibility and inclusion. Because everything, starting from design, building design, teaching design, service design, everything is design basically, has to be aimed to the maximum and well-being for everybody. This summer school in Milan is a pilot test, a test of the vision underlying the All Designers project. In the meeting between students, teachers, and in this case the deaf community, we expect teachers to understand that their students need inclusive content and inclusion as a content in all their curriculum. On the other hand, we expect the students to acknowledge and be fully aware of the fact that design, every kind of design, to be inclusive needs the meeting with people, with real people, real needs, regardless the categories they belong to.
The purpose of this workshop is to change the mindset and stop thinking of disability, but start thinking and producing inclusive design.
When you change the location you're working in, I think your brain also starts to be more challenged and be more able to find new skills, and also the collaboration with other people with different kind of fields, I think creates more mixed skills and improved ideas and projects.
Because it's not only for now, it's supposed to echo a lot during time.
I'm happy that I can be useful for the young design and art students, and we are working here together with young people with visual impairments, and that's the only way how to design students can really understand the real needs of people with disabilities.
Trying to find new solutions to improve the experience in the museum for impaired people, visually impaired people, but for everybody.
We're working, I think, material work first, and after material made with people, own story.
There's always a way to enjoy things in a different way, and projecting a feeling of something we cannot actually do. Sometimes building bridges to get to what we want is impossible, so recreating that feeling, I think it's a nice compromise between two things. So this is probably the feeling of the project.
I'm really questioning why now and not before. Art has been practiced for so long, and only now we are starting to think how to broaden the possibility to welcome blind people and visibly impaired people.
The way a blind person can experience the museum is by having an assistant with him or with her that will describe the piece in greater detail. As an example, we will now walk to one of the works over there. So what we have here is a tiny black framed picture. It's black and white, and it has a man holding whatever, and some kind of grass, and it's filmed at night, and something in those lines, right? And it goes on with all of the pictures over there that the person is interested.
How is it like to tour, walk around, and experience without things that we're taking for granted, which is our legs, eyes, mouth, and so on, to understand how we can actually adapt a historical place to today's needs and to an inclusive design. Basically, to put another layer on this amazing, interesting castle, which is an island. It's not just a castle.
What design could be, what it should be. I teach to my students that when they're asking me what is design, I'm telling them it's empathy. And empathy is just a one word what describes design overall. So if you put more thoughts into the user perspective, it will give you all the answers. And what I want the students to think, to put themselves in another shoes. And empathy is just a key word. What I always put all the focus to it. And once you focus on empathy, then all the answers come from different angles.